Joining me on the phone, I have Perseus Wells, himself actually an investor. Perseus invested in this young man's medical practice. Perseus, did you believe this young man was a physician?
At the time, yes. You know, like I said, he pretty much is accused of not being one. I still don't know which is which. Is it true? Is it isn't true?
Well, but Perseus, he's 18. It's impossible to get the sufficient training. It takes 8 years to get your license. And then you got to do post-grad training after that. So it's just impossible to do it by 18. It's just not possible.
Well, you know, my idea with the whole situation was not invested in Malachi. I invested in the idea of a practice. And we were determined, like, to open a practice and hire MDs and bring MDs in. Now, with all his degrees and certifications, the thing is that I don't know anything about MD and all that. He told me he was a natural doctor, so I don't know anything about natural doctors and what they do. So I just took him at the word and seeing all the certifications and his degree from some state, Arizona State, and transcripts, and you know, so
wow.
What can I say? You know, I mean,
were you surprised?
I don't know much about it.
Were you surprised when he was arrested?
Was I? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was very surprised.
And have you heard complaints from some of his so-called patients?
You know what? I don't know any of these patients. You know, I've never seen them, never once seen any of them. So I don't know who these patients are. They definitely weren't in our, didn't come into the practice at all, even though I was partially there just once in a while. But the times I were there, I knew that there weren't any patients. So I'm not sure which patients he had.
How do you have a practice without patients? I'm just confused.
Well, that's the thing. You know, everybody's saying that the practice was just open. It was not even 2 weeks in. We were in the process, well, he was in the process of bringing MDs. The door wasn't open to charge anybody. It wasn't, you know, he would just basically what he told me he wanted to do.
So
yeah,
this
particular
practice, I see. So this one hadn't really gotten up and running yet, the one that Perseus was involved. He had previous run. What's the matter, Shagun?
No,
Perseus, let me say goodbye to Perseus first. Perseus, I appreciate you joining us here. I hope you're able to recoup some of whatever is lost here, and we'll keep an eye on this story. Thank you for joining us. Shagun.
Yeah, I hope Perseus doesn't get any of his money back. This wasn't a lemonade stand. This wasn't like a raffle where you're selling candy bars. Perseus basically said, I didn't know he wasn't a doctor. Google his degrees. Google his name.
Well, it sounds like he did.
He said he looked at transcripts and said, I don't know anything about MD, and then you got involved in a practice to open a practice. It's ridiculous.